Hello, this video will start with a demonstration. You see here a pendulum made of a copper sheet, oscillating freely, very little damping. But when a magnet is brought close to it, not in contact, just close to it, suddenly the oscillation gets damped. What's happening? So this diagram here illustrates a similar situation. We have, let's say, this aluminium sheet moving rightward. Without any damping force, this aluminium sheet will continue moving rightward at a constant speed. But if you bring a magnet close to it, the aluminium sheet will come to a rest pretty quickly. But aluminium is non-ferromagnetic, you know, so there should be no magnetic attraction between the magnet and the aluminium sheets, right? But yet somehow, because of the magnetic field of the magnet, the aluminium is going to experience a magnetic force that's leftward. And that's the retardation force that brings the aluminium sheets down to a rest. This is called magnetic braking. Now, easiest way to understand what's happening is to think of the aluminium sheet as being made up of many wires. So this is the top view. So this region here is the magnetic field of the magnet. So as I said, we're going to imagine that the aluminium sheet is made up of many wires. So do you see that these wires are cutting the magnetic flux? Because each of them is a wire that's moving rightward in the magnetic field, which means no, that's not the vulgar sign, yeah? That's Fleming's right hand. So the aluminium is moving rightward, the magnetic field is pointing into the screen, so the induced EMF is directed upward. So as the aluminium cuts the magnetic flux, there's an induced EMF in this region with the positive terminal here and negative terminal here. Now notice the induced EMF is only here. In the other regions of the aluminium block, there's no induced EMF. Why is that so? Because there's no magnetic field here, right? So the aluminium is not cutting any magnetic flux here. It's only the part of the aluminium sheet which is passing under the magnet that has this induced EMF. So you can think of it like there's a battery in this region here which is trying to push current through the aluminium sheet. Now just now I asked you to think of it as many wires, right? But that's what we imagine it to be. The whole sheet is actually one continuous conductor. So electric currents will not be confined to wires, you know. The current can also flow sideways. So it's kind of like this, a basin of water, and somebody is paddling the water here, paddling the water upward. Paddle here. How do you think the water will flow? Like this, right? With the induced EMF here trying to push a current this way, we'll get current loops like this. So because of these swirling loops, which looks like eddy currents, these are called eddy current. Can follow so far? Good, but that's only half the story. Let's continue, yeah? So now we say that there's all these eddy currents, right? Let's just think of it as there's a current flowing this way here. And don't forget, there's this magnetic field in this region here. So this is similar to the situation where you have a current carrying conductor sitting in a magnetic field. In such a situation, you're going to get a BIL force, isn't it? That's not a vulgar sign, yeah? That's Fleming's left hand. So upward current, magnetic field into the screen, there's a leftward magnetic force. And this force is in opposite direction to the velocity of the aluminium. So this is the retardation force. This is the force that provides the magnetic braking. It's quite poetic, isn't it? See, we started with Fleming's right-hand rule, rightward motion, resulting in this induced current. And then we end up with Fleming's left-hand rule, and the induced current results in the leftward magnetic force. Beautiful. Now you can understand what's happening, right? The magnet provides the magnetic field, the aluminium sheet cuts the magnetic flux, the resulting induced EMF and current produces a magnetic braking force. But then you know, Lenz would have said, I told you so. Why do you have to think so hard? Remember, electromagnetic induction will always try to oppose the cause of induction. The cause of induction here is the movement of the aluminium sheet, isn't it? So once the induction happens, there must be a magnetic force to try to slow down the aluminium sheet. If the magnetic force doesn't act in this direction to retard the motion of the aluminium, then we'll be having all this free electricity in the aluminium sheets already. And that violates the principle of conservation of energy. Yalla, Lenz, you're very smart. Okay, that's all. Ta-ta!